We're back with another painting, and of course you need your canvas. Any size will work. This is a 9x12. You're going to need a variety of paint colors. I'm using this beautiful, beautiful light greenish yellow color. I have brown, blue, pink, green, and red. And this is called We All Scream for Ice Cream. We will need a foam brush for this painting and a small flat brush. I could recommend this for ages 8 and up, but you can make it your own and smaller ones with parent help. Of course, you can do this too. So the first thing we're going to do is load our brush with the beautiful, beautiful light chartreuse color. And I want you to fill in the entire background. Remember, pause the video anytime you want. Lay that brush down on your canvas so you can clear more area. You can also paint the sides of your canvas if you want to give it a more finished look. This already looks like summer. Just use those long strokes to fill in your entire canvas with that pretty color. Now, if you found a color that you like better, of course use it. Make this your own. Now, I don't like it to be perfect like that, so I'm going to add a little white to my brush, and I'm going to streak the background a little bit. Just gives a little dimension to your painting. Lightly stroke the white onto that pretty color. Now, of course, we have to let that dry before we go on to the next step, which is the yummy ice cream we're going to paint. So stay tuned. We are back with our ice cream painting. Now we're going to start on the cone. So I'm going to take a brush, dip it in my brown paint, and I'm going to do the letter V to get our cone started. Just the letter V. And then you're going to fill that completely in with your brown. It's better if you take long strokes with the brown. That'll make your cone look a little bit better in the end. There we go. Don't worry about the top part right now because the ice cream will cover that in a moment. So there's our cone, and if we want to add detail to the cone a little later, we can do that. So I'm going to start by using a fun color. Let's use pink as our bottom layer of ice cream. So I take a different brush and I dip it in pink. And to start with this one, we're going to do a cloud-like formation on the bottom. It's like a scalloped edge. Some are larger than others, but that's going to be the basis. So that looks sort of like a cloud. We're going to go back up and fill this in. And then we're going to make a basis for the next layer. This is going to be a multi-layered ice cream cone. So I'm going to fill that in completely with pink. If you don't think it's filled in good enough, you can let it dry again after you put in one coat. I'm also going to try maybe a different brush to get a better coverage. There we go. And just lightly go over the ice cream part. And that's going to get our bottom layer. Now for the next color, I'm going to be using green, like a pistachio color. I'm going to load my brush up. I'm going to do the same concept. I'm going to start out with a cloud formation. And remember, it's going to be on top of the pink. So if you touch the pink a little bit, that's fine. Just dab that off your brush and go back in and color over it. Now this one's a little bit smaller, if you notice. The farther up we go on our ice cream, the little bit smaller it gets. Now let's fill that completely in with our, I can't even say it, pistachio color. Make that one a little bit taller. There we go. That is looking awesome. Now my next one, I think I'm going to call it blueberry. So I'm going to take another brush and I'm going to dip it in blue. Find a good brush. We're going to do blueberry. Same concept, a little bit smaller, cloud-like on the bottom. Remember, it's going to touch the green. And the top is going to be a little bit different. Fill in that cloud with your blue. Now I'm going to put the scoop on top. So I'm going to put a arc on the top and we're going to fill that completely in with that blueberry. And you can see how that's starting to look like an ice cream cone. Awesome. Now if you see anything you need to add or change, you can. I'm going to make this dip down a little bit more. It's a heaping scoop of ice cream here. Until you're satisfied with what your ice cream looks like, just keep working with it. Perfect. Now you can let that dry for a moment and then we're going to come back and we're going to add some detail to our cone. And I'm also, before I stop right now, I'm going to have this drip off. Of our ice cream. Perfect. All right, we'll let this dry a moment. We'll come back, add some detail to our cone. We can't forget, we've got to put a cherry on top. Happy summer. Check back in a moment. Let's finish up our ice cream. So right now I'm going to add some detail to our cone. I found some cream colored paint that I'm going to use. And I'm going to do vertical lines going with the side of this cone. So I'm going to start at the top, and remember, it doesn't have to be perfect. I'm just dragging that brush all the way up and down to make vertical strokes. So that's how that looks. Then if you want to, turn your canvas, and we're going to do parallel lines with this side going up and down. Lightly pull your brush down. And remember, if I don't get it all in there, it's fine. That just makes the imperfections look even better. So I just cross-hatched and added detail to our ice cream cone. And I also thought I might add some highlights to our ice cream. So I'm going to take that same color of cream. I'm just going to add some detail. Oh, I got some green on that one. Let's just go back in with more white to fix that. So far, so good. Now, what did we not do? Our cherry on top. So we will put our circle for our cherry. Might take a couple of coats. Dab that paint on there to get that pretty red cherry on top. And then if you want to use a Sharpie, or you can use a tiny little brush and put the stem. there we go. Hope you've enjoyed our We All Scream for Ice Cream painting. Have a happy summer.